Is it gonna be a duel? Do you want me to fight you? Nameless. Why? Why can't I find it? What are you looking for? I'm looking for... I've forgotten. Each time I think about it, I'm about to remember it. It disappears from my mind. Hey, do you know what I'm supposed to be looking for? Have you looked in all your pockets? I already have. It isn't on my person. Even though I don't remember what I was after, I can tell when something's not what I'm looking for. Whatever it is, it's not on me. Come on, what is it? What am I looking for? Curses, curses, why can't I remember? Think back on when you arrived here. When I got here, all I remember doing is wielding my sword. As for why I was wielding it, yes, now that I do remember, I was executing someone. If you strike your enemy with your sword, blood surges like a river of red. It gives you a real rush. When was my sword last stained red? It must have been a few days by now. Well, at least you're here today. For now, let's leave aside the question of what I was looking for. I've tired myself out, thinking about it for so long, so I need to relax. It's been a while since I brandished my blade. I can hear Ichika Dosetsu complaining. Listen, she's calling out because she wants to cut you into pieces. Having a duel with you would make her very happy indeed. Are you okay? You can't hear Ichika Dosetsu's voice? What a pity. Those who live by the sword know to listen to the voice of their blade. She's nagging me to get on with it again. Come on, draw your weapon and try your chances against me. So we do have to fight him. Okay. Come, draw your weapon and try your chances against me. Ooh. Ghost of Tsushima style. Oh, I'm timed?
Life goes on.
Let's get to it.
I'm ready.
Like, did I miscalculate?
First things first, get my HP back up.
By royalty, take this! Thunderclap! All hail!
Will do.
Next on the agenda.
That won't work.
Oh, so we can actually... Okay, so he's not one of those enemies we just defeat. I am defeated. I have cut countless people down, and I've never lost once. Now that I have tasted defeat at your hands, I have bet and lost. I shall have no regrets, even if it costs me my life. I don't do that kind of thing. I draw my sword to kill. You do not? You fight strangely, and your bearing is far from normal. Not at all like those who I cut down. Which school do you belong to? I'm just a traveler, dude. Unwilling to say, are you? It matters little. I remember nothing at all, so even had you mentioned your school of swordsmanship, I would not recognize it. Who was I? What did I do before drifting here? I no longer remember any of these things. I only feel familiarity and peace with my sword in hand. Someone as lost as I must be doomed to wander this wasteland. I can try to help you. This guy sounds like he lost a vision or something. Like one of those lost souls that lost their vision. But not knowing even my own name, I cannot do anything but wander the world like a ghost. Ghost of Tsushima. Just had to throw that in there. How can you help me? I do not know if I have family or where my hometown is. There is nowhere for me to go but here. The only connection I have to the past is my swordsmanship. And where did you learn yours? My lineage. I no longer recall it. But it could not have come from nowhere. On this path, There's little hope for those who have no background at all. Even if one begins training hard from an early age, they cannot receive accurate instruction if they cannot pay a master to tutor them. They will have to go through many twists and turns than the average person. Without a good sword, they can only go to the smelting plant to look for a discarded inferior blade. Though it be inferior, they would cherish it, and even give the blade a name. Yours is Dosetsu, I assume. That's a very nice looking katana, by the way. They would train with every ounce of sweat in their body. And after many wounds and much persistence, they would gain a foundation, and yet they would still be mocked. Without a friend by their side, they would not be able to go on. Wait. Why? Why does this all feel so familiar? I think I remember something. 2 children wielding swords and sparring, next to their family homes, a hut. Yes, they lived in a hut, in a fishing village to the north. The hut was under a cliff, and surrounded by sea on all sides. They would take the steps behind the house, to the slope, to spar. Their blades might still be there. But who were they? Ugh, my head hurts. I can't remember. Didn't you... Oh, I understand. Didn't you say you would help me? Then please help me find those 2 sword-wielding children. Bring me their swords. I think their swords might be related to me somehow. A samurai's words is his bond. I will wait here for you until you have brought me those swords. Dreams of sword art. Oh, this was one of the quests that they talked about in the update patch. There's like a... Oh, maybe it's inside the house. Another torn page. Man, collecting these torn pages reminds me of Kingdom Hearts. Oh, there it is. The Winnie the Pooh world. We had to collect all the torn pages and whatnot. Alright, so I'm guessing that just it's supposed to take me up here. But I want to stay down here to look for the sword. Search for the blade mentioned by the nameless samurai. We haven't seen any sword-wielding kids at all. Who knows? Maybe he was one of the sword-wielding kids. I don't even know. But the samurai said there'd be 2 kids here. Primus got no idea what happened here. So let's just take this sword back. Oh, that was it? I thought there was more than one sword. I'm wondering, I'm starting to think, like, maybe the samurai was one of the 2 kids. Or, no, it kind of sounded like he was actually seeing them. So, from his point of view. So, I don't think it really could have been that he was one of them. It's still a chance, though. There's still a chance. Where's the ceiling? Now, once again, either he was one of the samurai, or the one of the boys, or he really is unrelated to them, and he was just watching. But I got your blade. I like your blade, though. Jeez. Have you found the swords? What is the sword called? I should have studied it first. Damn, you're tall. I remember. One of the 2 children used the sword. That child, he and his friend sneaked off to the smelting plant to obtain 2 identical swords that the smiths had discarded. The finest of blades were made there. But these 2 were of an inferior make. So those 2 children, I remember now, they would be mocked by others for not being able to afford swords made by the famous smiths, and for using junk. Ha! I say, as long as it can slay foes in battle, it's a good blade. Who in this world is born bearing gold and jade? Nor does the battlefield distinguish between the noble and the lowly. Samurai. Have you ever been on the battlefield? I'm not a samurai. You have not sought out a master despite your abilities? Folly. You should. One strike, and only one strike, is all it takes for someone to fall. Whether they be a mighty general or a lowly Ashigaru. But I cannot die. No matter how many swordsmen or ronin came to challenge me, I was never defeated. Until me. I defeated you, I just didn't kill you, but I defeated you. Those who are only swordsmen in name, they fled, or they were all cut down. You are the only one who has managed to defeat me. Curses! Curses! How did I lose? Curses! 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 Again! We will go again! I will not lose this time. I'll bring it! Bring it, I'm more than welcome to this fight.
By royal decree.
Oh, never mind. Thought we were fighting. Let us duel once more, you and I. Well, if you're ready to lose, let us duel once more. Many have said that before. Ichika dosetsu cut them down. How many blows can you withstand? Oh, we're doing this time. Yo, Oz! Oz is just in the way. I kind of just put Oz out there. I love the cinematic here, though.
What's one more moment?
Wheel of life. Oh, man.
And the fact that I'm being timed too, that's kind of like why I went a little hard on him earlier.
This will end you!
Ooh, okay. There we go.
This battle.
See, I spared you. I spared you. I didn't use Ganyu. You have defeated me again. Will you not tell me where you learned your swordsmanship from? I've told you, I'm a traveler. Do all true masters hide their true selves like this? Never mind. I shall not pry. It has been so long since I felt this fulfilled, discarding all pointless thought and giving myself over to the blade. How strange. My body remembers this refreshing feeling as well. It's almost like I could gain acceptance, own everything in this world, when I was wielding my sword. When my all was focused on winning victory. Yes, that's right. I once wielded this sword to sunder many armored bodies. I remember how I felt then. Mora and honor could all be gained by the sword, as long as I had the last laugh at the end of the raging battle. What did anything else matter? To the victor goes the spoils. The spoils, the glory. So, I had such moments of satisfaction in my time, did I? When I was crowned with honor, acknowledged by my superiors. When the wine flowed freely. Wine. Wine. How could I forget the wine that I drank under the moonlight with my companions? I miss that taste. Osmanthus wine tastes just like I remember. But where are those who share that memory? You've remembered. I remember now. I remember drinking wine together with people. It was a long time ago. I remember that we were inside a great encampment. Men armed and dressed in armor were all around us. We said something then. No, I can't remember it. Perhaps you'll remember if you drank the same wine from back then? You'll help me find that wine? I can't. I am in your debt. Perhaps I shall indeed remember my past if I drank the same wine that I did back then. Armored and armed men. Does he mean the soldiers from that army camp? From an army camp? If we head east from here, we'll reach the land that's mostly flat. That's where the camp is. Alright, so this is actually a continuation quest. It wasn't all simple. That's the Kujo camp, right? Oh, ask the soldiers about the wine. Okay,
Anytime soon.
Alright, this guy's part of the Kujo clan, Kujo Masahito. Do you any... No, I guess he doesn't. Why is a civilian like you wandering around in a military camp? Do you know of a nameless samurai? Serving no master and slaying no foe on the battlefield. The person you speak of must be a ronin. There is no place in my army for such a person. Besides, order is valued above all in a military encampment. There is no place for civilians to walk in and out of as they please. Please leave quickly. Okay. Anybody else know about the wine? Who else is getting drunk tonight? Saw something shining. Just my imagination. Alright, Ishikawa, how about you? I hope this fragile piece will hold out a little longer. Do you know a nameless samurai? I've never heard of some strange guy like that. You're barking up the wrong tree here. Okay. I had a feeling. A blacksmith, huh? Wait, but I'm outside of the circle. Just in case. Just look at this. How can you make a great sword from this scrap? This is an utter waste of my Ikuhara art forging techniques. What's the Ikuhara art? The Ikuhara art is a newly founded forging style. Our founder, well, you're looking at him. I used to be a swordsmith at Tatarasuna. Then an accident occurred at the Mikage furnace. Many of my colleagues have since left. Oh, so an accident happened at the furnace. Okay. I don't want to leave yet. That's why I joined the Shogun's army stationed here. I can serve the Shogunate while observing the situation in Tatarasuna. After all, the best sword forging material, jade steel, is produced here in Tatarasuna. If you don't have good materials to use as a basis, then no amount of skill will make it easy for you to forge the finest of blades. Do you really have to use jade steel from Tatarasuna? Hey, are you listening to yourself? Forget it, you're an outlander, you wouldn't understand. The reason why swords from Inazuma are so famous is because of jade steel. Swords forged it are tough and durable, yet extremely sharp. Many samurai and swordsmen in our history made their names using weapons forged from jade steel. Someday, I will use the finest jade steel and the forging techniques of the Ikuhara art to create the best sword in the world. I hope you succeed. Thank you for the kind words. I won't give up. Recently, I collected some decent ores. There were some leftovers. If you need them, feel free to take them. What ores? White iron chunks? Cool, I'll take it. Alright, so who else can I talk to here? Oh, Matsudaira, I didn't see you. Do you know Nameless Samurai? Well, first off, you were talking about the Sangonomiya rebels are just riffraff. They are talking about the Sangonomiya rebels. Okay, so that's their enemy. Interesting. Born into a fishing village, joined the army, and that manner of speech. I think I know who you're talking about. After the last battle ended, a lot of folks went missing in action. That guy included. Usually, people who end up unaccounted for have either deserted or, bought the farm. But that guy, with his skills, I don't think any of those riffraff from Sangonomiya could have beaten him. I thought he'd fled. I never would have imagined that he lost his memories and become a madman who only knows how to wield a sword. Well then, were you here to ask about him, or did you want to do something else? I'd like to know more about his past. His past, as far as I'm aware, it's nothing particular happy. But you look like a good person. I mean, you came all this way just to help him out. As an old friend of his, I would like to help, but as you can see, I have my duties here and I cannot leave. I just need the wine he drank in the past. Wine. That's all you need then? I've got it. I'll give you my personal bottle, in fact. Back when he was still in the army, he, a friend from his hometown, and I would drink together. They were both of lowly birth, and would often be ostracized by the fools from the richer families. He was a rough man who didn't care a whit about being excluded. He just threw himself into battle all the same. That's right, he was talking about that. He says it doesn't matter if you're rich or a lowly person on the battlefield, it just matters whether your sword can cut somebody down. The general at the time quite liked him and raised both him and his hometown friends, so it was him, to the rank of Hatamoto. The thing he was talking about, he said 2 boys by the house, training with weak swords. That must have been his past he was talking about. But during that battle, I always come back to something awful whenever I talk about the past. There's no point in nattering on, so I shan't. Well, you have the wine. If there's nothing else, best you take your leave. This is a military encampment after all. If you tarry here too long, people might get the wrong idea. What, that I'm a spy? A Sangonomiya spy? Why, I'd never. Alright, let's give the samurai his wine. I feel appalled and offended. Me, a Sangonomiya spy? Never. Let me guess, the samurai wants to fight again. And he's gonna go find me I have to go find him one last thing, right? Just taking a gander here. Did you find the wine? Yep, got it right here, a jug of wine. This wine, it's bitter. That's not right. I remember that the wine we drank before wasn't like this. It only had the taste of excitement and joy. We took names and won glory. Should we not have been pleased with ourselves? And yet, why does this wine go down my throat so bitterly? And this bottle, I remember it. It has to be. He would take this bottle and he would say, "Come on, Masanori, have another." Masanori, Masanori. Isn't that my name? So that's your name, Masanori. Yes, yes, I remember. I would often drink with the same person. He and I were like brothers, and we would talk often. But there was just this once when he said something that led to an argument. And so he left. He was my brother in arms, through thick and thin. Was it supposed to be through thick and thin? I don't know, I'm noticing a lot more typos lately. I don't know. He was my brother in arms through thick and thin. Why would he just leave, and why? What did I do wrong? Do you know, samurai? You probably need to ask yourself that question. But I want to know. I must know. Please. I want to know. I want to. Alright, so we gotta defeat him? Excellent. My head hurts. It hurts. Please, I beg of you, fight me once more. Use your blade to help me remember. Help me remember everything. Well then, have at it. Let us cross swords. Get this cinematic again. To arms.
What's one
My
more
royal
opponent?
life goes on. Access denied. Take this! Bellowing thunder!
Take this!
Wheel of life.
I've got this hand. Cut
There
down
we go.
like this.
Defeated by the same person thrice. How am I this weak? I have honed my martial arts ability from childhood to today. How am I so useless? Useless. Useless. I'm an useless samurai. Wait. I remember now. I saw a sword fall from someone's hands, and it wasn't Ichika Dosatsu. The sight of that sword sent me trembling all over, and my courage failed me. I feared that fallen sword, and I fled from there, and ended up here, I think the guy was alluding to something that happened. And he said he didn't want to remember the past and he just gave me the wine. And where's that place? I fled here from the tidal flats in the northwest. That was where the battle took place. Why was I so afraid of that sword? What happened there? I'll help you remember. Remember. I have to remember. That sword. That sword. Alright, this is turning out to be quite an interesting little quest here. I'm glad I'm going through with it. No, it's gonna be here in the wreckage, because I thought it was gonna be that one blade, and I defeated what seemed to be like the ghost of a samurai? Yeah, I remember there was a chest down here as well. Oh, there we go. Okay.
We're way behind schedule. No touch. By royal decree.
How's this? My blade!
Focus. Life
Relax.
goes on.
To the fairy.
Damn, could you guys not be so stingy with the drops? Oh, I guess because this is quest related. So it makes sense. Yeah, this is awfully close to that place where the Thunderblade was. Alright. Is he gonna make me go out and help him remember some more? So we got your second blade. I think we're almost done with your story quest. Give the blade back to Masanori. What if Masanori isn't your name, though? What if it was your friend's name? Alright. A masterless blade. Give that to you. This is that sword. Yes. That was his sword. But where is he? Where did he go? We agreed to go home together. What's come over you? Why wasn't he there? How could this be? Oh, we're fighting
Lord
again.
of ice and
Okay.
frost.
Totally didn't see that coming.
Reveal thyself.
I'm ready.
Lightning slash. Thunderclap. Wheel of life. Like,
Cheap tricks.
no touching. Lightning slash. Faster.
This isn't over. I'm ready.
Life goes on. Yeah.
Oh, wait, he's not dying. He healed. Wait, what?
Like,
Why'd he heal?
faster.
Alright, if you're gonna be doing that now, then I'm just gonna attack you. All out.
For Rex Lapis. By royal decree. Take this.
Yikes.
Bellowing thunder. Sacred name, fortune preserver.
Okay, this time I got him. That was weird. He just healed before. I have truly been defeated. I put everything on the line to wield my sword, but the martial arts that I so worshipped, they have been truly and pathetically beaten. I like how he just casually says, so we're not going to spar again? Have you awakened? You do not need to worry. I lost control earlier. Never again will I raise my hand against you of my own will. I fought you to my heart content 4 times, and discovered some shattered memories, obtained 2 swords and a bottle of wine. I am satisfied. No ya nada. Moreover, sorry about that. Moreover, the more I remember, the more I feel anger and a deep pain rise up from within me. Perhaps my past is indeed far from a beautiful story. I doubt I will gain much from becoming obsessed with it. So it is best that I put it down. Nonetheless, I believe it greatly fortuitous that we met. I do not regret it. Honestly, the feeling is mutual. I had a lot of fun doing this. Ha! You are indeed straightforward. I shall also be frank. I may be to you as a defeated foe, but if you are willing, I still wish to exchange pointers with you. Warriors make friends best when their swords clash, rather than when they talk around the table. I and Ichika Dosetsu will remain here, watching the sea and listening to the wind. We will be here anytime to speak to you, should you wish it. So that's it, we completed that? Wow, nice. Dreams of Sword Art. That was a very nice little quest there. And I guess we're gonna be here to fight him if we ever want to. Nice.